So my name is Ekaterina Vinnichenki, and I'm GDG lead in Nizhny Novgorod and Women Tech Makers Ambassador in Nizhny Novgorod. So, and actually, both my name and the name of the city are really difficult to pronounce. So let's try to remember me like Katya from Russia. It will be easier for you. And today I'm going to give a talk which is called "Let's Make Women Tech Makers Great Together," or how to organize a really special event for women. So, as I have mentioned, I've been a GDG lead, and I've been a GDG lead for 3 years. And as usual, proper community, we were growing, becoming stronger, and more attendees arrived. The only problem was that actually most meetups only men attended. There was sometimes one woman who was actually me. So, and that worried me a lot. Fortunately, once I went to Istanbul for the first. And there I learned about the initiative, which is called Women Tech Makers. And I decided to start it in my city because it's really good to help women. You can join us. There are 2 seats in the front row. Yes, and more people are coming. So Women Tech Makers are extremely popular topic. So actually, when we started, there were only 3 Women Tech Makers chapters, also in the cities that will be unable to pronounce too. So we decided to start our own in the city. So as for the first thing, that was the content. So what content should we give to women? And actually, that was some kind of accidental experiment that showed us that the content can be absolutely the same. So you see that there were 2 events. One was in 2017 and the second in 2018. And one was for GDG Meetup, for GDG community, and the second one was for Women Tech Makers. It was actually the opening for Women Tech Makers community. And accidentally, that was absolutely the same speaker with the same talk and with the same name of the talk. So, and you see the percentage of female and male attendees. Actually, for the first event, that was only 1 woman, again, me. And for the second event, that was 69 women. So that means that actually the content is not different, yeah? So we can, and actually we should probably give the same content for men and for women, but something should be different because anyway, men and women are actually different, and we can't argue, I think, with that. So now it's already a year and a half that I'm doing Women Tech Makers in my city, and we actually made some kind of tick box for the successful event, which consists of venue, catering, visibility, and swag. So, and let's go step by step. Okay, we'll make like the further. So step by step, the venue. Usually, when you think about the venue, we, for example, went for the IT office and like IT conference room in IT office because it's cheap or sometimes free and actually just convenient. But we can be creative for Women Tech Makers. We can make the events not only in IT offices, but it can be like theaters, cinemas, cafes, you know, breweries, even the museums, I think. The last International Women's Days, for example, we hold in the Museum of Contemporary Art. Yeah, and that was, you know, I think it was the first IT event that was held in Museum of Contemporary Art, in Russia at least. Also, I understand that most of us actually are quite limited for budget, and that's difficult for us to decorate the rooms properly. But you can also be creative and start doing yourself something. So if, for example, this letter we made for the photo shoot zone with only our hands. Actually, we made some kind of pool on our social nets. We asked people to bring the spay details from the computers, from the old computers. So we gathered all of them. Then we painted in Women Tech Makers colors. There is one seat here, like in the front row. You can join. You're lucky, the last one. And that was actually extremely popular, you understand, during the event. So, and for us, it cost almost nothing. Also, for example, we made the flags. You can also see here. Our friend just sewed them for us, and also very cheap, but really beautiful. And you can decorate any room, and you can decorate even, I think, like Flutter event, because Flutter has the same colors. We did this, so like reusable. So when we've got the beautiful venue, beautifully decorated, we can think about catering, like because everybody likes food, and it's really important to have a good food during your event. So it can be like not only cupcakes, because when we think about, women tech makers, we usually think about these blue cupcakes. I saw them, a lot of photos. But you can order like bakery, some maybe sandwiches, anything. The only thing that I would like to give you advice that what we do in our city, we try to buy from locals. Why? Actually, because I really like that I can help the companies, I can help these small shops. You can order the food which is tasty, and you're sure that it's tasty because you eat it yourself every day. You will support the economy, and which is also important for you from the other side, that they will probably give you the discount. It will be like cheaper for you. Then you will work with a chain, like, I don't know, McDonald's, something like that. Not McDonald's, but in Russia we've got like different chains, and it won't be really representative for you. If it is evening event, that's a good idea to have a drink. Yeah, we had several wine parties, and that even helps for networking, because people were more introverts here, but this will definitely help. So when we've got venue and food, so we should think about the swag. And when we think about swag for IT events, usually what comes to our mind, that's the T-shirts. But most of us already have so many T-shirts that actually, so many. And the only thing that, actually T-shirts are nice, definitely, but you can do anything you do that you would love to have yourself afterwards. So that's actually, for example, what we did, designer bags, and I actually brought them here. Creams, lipsticks, stickers, postcards, whatever, actually. But just think about the idea that you would love to have this yourself. For example, these bags we made, and that we made it also with our hands. We bought the plastic. I can show you the bags here. We bought just the plastic. Yeah. And then we just made this, we bought the handles also, cut them, sewed this, yes, and put the logo. And actually, after the event, the girls wrote me the message, they wanted to buy them. So I even sold the left that I didn't need, we sold to the girls. Wow. Yeah, so it's kind of business already. So here also, you can make stickers, and I brought the stickers today too. So that's for everybody who are going to ask the questions. And for example, postcards at Google I/O. If you're not for the first time here, you know that you can send the postcards all around the world. So it's really nice. It costs almost nothing. But if the people will write the messages, then they will post them on social nets when they got this postcard. So it will be like really great. And this I've got for everybody, the postcards. So, and when you've got all of this, you shouldn't forget about visibility, because all of us, sometimes we just forget to take the photos and to make the videos and definitely put this on social nets. But actually, it's really important. It's not like only about the photos. It's about how the other people, they see your community. It will have, when you make these photos and videos, it will have a great impact on what you are doing. It will help attendees because they will find themselves on the photos, they will share these photos, even more people will learn what you are doing, and they will attract other attendees. It will be important for speakers, especially for us, for my city, Nizhny Novgorod. It's really hard to invite speakers because nobody knows us. We're like some city in Nizhny Novgorod, in Russia, sorry, not Moscow. But so. And when the speakers, they can check your Facebook account, and when they see the event, we usually are great. So they would definitely come. And for sponsors, of course, because we are always looking for the sponsors. And if they also see that your events, so they will easily give you money. And so, yeah, I wanted to show this one. So because I understand also that social media, not everybody likes theirs, and not everybody are really good at running their social media pages. But here, like some tips that I usually follow. I've got clear social media plan. What does it mean? Just every time before the new event, I just think over what I'm going to post about and put it on my calendar. Just this day I'm going to write about the speaker. This time I'm going to announce the venue, and that's it. So frequency of posts, it depends on how many posts you've got and what is the time that you are going to post. So, but don't forget, before the event, we usually post a lot because we track attendees. But sometimes if you do not have an event right now, you sometimes forget about the socialness. But just keep in mind that you need to post at least I think once a week. We do at least once a week. Some posts just to remember that you are still existing. The part of the day to post, you think also you should take this into consideration. Because in Russia, it is, I think, morning. Usually people are checking their Instagram in the morning. I think maybe it's everywhere like that. And for example, on Friday, it's obvious that you don't need to post anything because Friday everybody is going out. They are having parties, yes. They do not check the Facebook. But on Sunday, for example, they are lying in their beds, tired of the weekend, and they will definitely check something. So also don't forget to tag people and put the hashtags. Again, that will help. Just, when you tag the person, not only your followers will see this photo, but all the followers of this person will see this photo. And if it's really difficult for you, probably sometimes you can, all of this, I mean, is difficult, so sometimes you can just maybe to pay somebody because it's not really highly paid job. So maybe it's easier just to hire somebody to help you. So that's what we're talking about. And what actually I can say that as a result, right now, we measured the percentage of women. At the last event, the first, we had already the 28% of women who arrived. And the situation is getting better with every coming day, actually. And I think it's all because of women tech makers, existing women tech makers in Nizhny Novgorod. And like I've got one video without sound. And how we got a sound? So if you follow everything that I was talking about, actually I think you can have something very close. That was like last International Women's Day. I told you in this Museum of Contemporary Art.
Hello everyone, I'm very honored and happy to be here today.
To go a little bit further, I believe that the future is genderless. If we all have the same opportunities, it doesn't matter if you're a guy, if you're a man, or even non-gender. But we all deserve the same opportunities to choose which kind of path we can go. Thank you.